Good afternoon from hot sunny Samarkand, Uzbekistan. I'm back at the airport after spending the entire day in this wonderful city full of very fascinating history and culture. If you want to follow me on my travels live as I go, or you want to see non-aviation traveling content as well, go ahead and follow me on my Instagram. Now, this evening I'm going to fly on Silkavia, a Uzbek airline operating a fleet of ATR aircraft. I was super excited for this one as it was going to be my first ever flight on an ATR. So inside the terminal building I checked out the departure board, checked if my flight was on time, and then had a quick look around this brand new terminal. This airport is the second largest airport in Uzbekistan, right after Tashkent. It was the first airport in the modern history of Uzbekistan, and the terminal building in which I'm inside of right now was opened in 2022. The architecture was designed pretty neatly and it looks great in my opinion. The new terminal building was designed by a Turkish design firm. Also, the airport seemed very clean. And right after you enter the terminal building, you'll notice a bunch of souvenir shops. And after security in the domestic part of the terminal, there was only one buffet available for the traveling passengers, but it was sufficient for sure. Speaking of the security here, the folks working here were not happy at all with me filming here. Not only in the security check zone, but obviously I didn't film the security zone, but like inside the entire airport. When you ever decide to go to Uzbekistan and take pictures or videos inside the airport or actually anywhere in the streets, be very careful here, they're very sensitive to that here. But as long as you don't record any military stuff or something like that, you should be fine. So quickly before departure I grabbed myself some refreshments with a pack of chips and waited for the boarding process to start. And so the boarding commenced with this beautiful sunset in the background. And here I am boarding this almost 6-year-old at the time ATR 72. Again, I was very careful with filming here as there were soldiers on the tarmac here, but I still managed to record plenty of footage. The ATR features a standard 2-2 configuration with cargo space in the front. By the way, this aircraft used to fly for Bangkok Airways previously, but since 2023 it flies for Silkavia here in Uzbekistan. The flight was only half full. The crew had to spread out the passengers evenly for the cargo in front to be balanced. My seat for today's flight was 9A. And we got the propeller view. In the socket in front of me there was a safety card, as there should be, an in-flight catalog, the Uzbekistan Airways one, which I also had on my Uzbekistan A320 flight from Bishkek to Tashkent a few days ago. The cabin overall, it looked small, but cute, although not ideal for tall people, but not an issue for me. The in-flight table here was small, but sufficient, and the seat pitch was great. I am 1.74 meters tall, by the way. It was also pretty clean and almost like brand new, except this window blind, what the hell happened here? The seat was reclinable and this is the air conditioning. It worked. Cabin crew, arms flights cross-check, we are ready for our stunning sunset departure out of Samarkand. flight on the ATR actually. So far so good. Especially enjoyed the takeoff, the roaring engines, I mean the propellers, full speed. We also did a quick bank towards the left, towards Tashkent after like a few minutes after departure. Alright, inside the restroom of the ATR 72600. If I stand like this, it is just fine for me. I'm just the right size for this toilet. But otherwise, I can imagine for some tall people it can not be spacious. Yeah. We got the coat hanger. And yeah, the entire flight was basically a sunset paradise, so enjoy this footage. What the hell happened to this window? Uzbekistan. What's this lake called? I don't know, it's gonna be on the screen right here. The name of this lake. To be completely honest with you guys, now that I've flown on both the ATR and the Dash, I kinda still do have to say I personally prefer the Dash. I don't know, there isn't any specific reason for it, I just happen to like the Dash 8Q400 more, on which I've flown 2 years ago by the way. Damn, time flies so fast. Speaking of that, time indeed flew fast here as well, and this short but very cool flight was slowly but surely coming to an end. Desperately trying to connect to some satellites so I know the location, altitude, speed, etc. I don't know what the ATR is made out of, but it cannot catch any satellite. I cannot shark it, there was no problem on other previous flights as well. It's only the ATR. We have started the descent into Tashkent. Oh, and also there was no in-flight service on this short domestic flight. So Silkavia as an airline, I liked it, but they really need to improve their website and customer service as I had issues with the tickets prior. Not for this flight actually, but for the L410 flights, which I already have covered before on this channel. It is a fantastic video and one of my favorites, so I highly recommend you to watch it, and also please consider subscribing if you're enjoying this video. Thank you so much, your support is very appreciated. Something that really annoyed me was that the crew didn't turn off the lights when landing, something which should be done, but I guess those rules don't apply here in Uzbekistan. But the sunset was still there and it was still cool.
Vrtulky, vrtulky. Vrtulka ďalšia, stojaca. Človek. Kužel. Tail. A čerko.
Thank you Silkavia for this cool and also a bit goofy flight, especially at the end. I will maybe one day return here into this region to fly on one of your aircraft again, cause tomorrow it is sadly time for me to leave Uzbekistan and head back to my home in Slovakia. Stay tuned for the next Tripreport as I'll be flying on Turkish Airlines again, but this time on one of their A330s. Thanks for watching.